Linking theory to practice, connecting your learning to real-life situations. One of the key skills you'll develop at university is learning how to connect theory to practice, so how to take what you learn from lectures and apply it in real-life situations. This also works in reverse. You might start with an experience or scenario and use theory to help you analyse and explain it. Understanding what this means and why it's important for your academic and professional development can help you to do this confidently. So, let's start by taking a scenario that you might have experience of, learning to drive. This is a common example of when you're required to apply theoretical knowledge in a real-life situation. Theory is what you learn from driving manuals or websites, so things like road signs, rules of the road, or how a car works. When you're learning to drive, you don't just learn driving theory, you also have to show that you can apply it. Practice is what happens when you actually get behind the wheel, navigating traffic, parking, or reacting to unexpected situations. You need both to become a confident driver. Knowing the rules or the theory is essential, but you deepen your learning when you apply this on the road. So, now let's consider why this matters at university. In your studies, you may be asked to understand a concept, such as a psychological theory, a business model, or a scientific principle. This is more than just memorizing definitions. It means grasping how and why the concept works, what its key components are, and how it fits within a broader academic or professional context. You may be asked to apply theory to a case study, a project, or a real-world scenario. This challenges you to take what you've learned and use it in a practical or analytical way. So you might use a psychological theory to explain a character's behaviour in a film. You might apply a business model to evaluate a company strategy, or use scientific principles to interpret experimental results. If you're studying a course with placement, you might link to an experience on placement. This process of understanding and applying concepts is central to academic learning. This is because it develops your critical thinking. You learn to evaluate information, question assumptions, and make reasoned judgments. It also enhances problem-solving skills. Applying theories to real-world problems helps you learn how to approach challenges creatively and effectively. It builds professional competencies. These are the kind of skills employers look for: being able to analyse situations, make informed decisions, and communicate reasoning clearly. Ultimately, this approach prepares you not just to succeed in your studies, but to thrive in your future career by equipping you with the tools to think independently and act confidently in complex situations. So let's look at some tips for linking theory to practice. These are all things that you can try independently to help you develop your skills. So firstly, ask, how does this work in real life? When you learn a new concept, think about whether you've seen it in action and where, or how it might apply to your field. Use case studies and examples. These help bridge the gap between abstract ideas and practical situations. Reflect on your experiences, whether it's a part-time job, volunteering, or group work. Connect what you've done to what you're learning. You might start by thinking about or explaining the experience, then bringing the theory. Remember that this connection can work both ways. Practice actively, so engage in simulations, role plays, labs, or placements where you can test your knowledge. And finally, talk it through. Discussing ideas with your peers or tutors can help you see how theory connects to practice from different perspectives.